Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome to the live. Happy Monday. Wishing you all a successful week ahead. Hope your week is blessed. How is your day going? Coming down below. My day is going great. Can't complain. How is yours doing? So today I like for us to today I like for us to discuss a little bit about our relationship goals, plans, um, some things that we could do to, you know, make our goals successful, our relationship goals successful, and so on. So I'm sure most people during the year, well, before the year comes to an end, um, I'm sure most of you do make relationship. Um, you do have like a should I say a resolution or like a plan, right? Hold on, I'm gonna put this in charge. Um, we all make plans and stuff like that for our relationship goals. Some of the things we're gonna be doing, some our do's done, um, something we pray for, and so on. So I like for to revisit that. We are in June, so I'd like to know, is your relationship going as planned? What could be done differently, and what changes could you make if you had? Comment down below. Comment down below. So pretty much that's what we're gonna be talking about. It's about 2:55. So I plan to be on here for at least 30 minutes with you guys today. Just for us so we could brainstorm, talk about stuff that we've been doing. If it's been working out, great. If we need to make some changes, what could be done differently? Do we need to maybe realistic change some of our goals? In that way, is it work out better? Comment down below. Me personally, doing the my I didn't really have a whole lot of goals for this year when it comes to relationship. Um, this year it was all about me, like it's pouring into myself more and more. Not having to worry about a relationship headache, Um, just like making sure I'm good, that everything is good in my life. I know everything might not be perfect, but just making sure that everything is all right. And at the right time, if it happens, it happened. Um, at the point of my life now, or at the age I am now, actually, I have done most of what some people might wish to have in a relationship. That could be a long term relationship, a long marriage. Maybe some people want kids. You want certain, you just like stuff like that. The basic. So I would say I have accomplished that. So where I am now at my life, I would say, um, if I was to get into a relationship, the person will have to come 100%. Like you can't come here 50%. You cannot come here 75%. You will have to come in fully 100%. Because at this point, I'm okay. Just enjoy my own time, like by myself, enjoying my peace of mind and just making sure I'm good in every way. So because I feel like sometimes if you are not good at the end of the day, if you are not good, that could be That would be mentally, spiritually, physically. If you are not going all those different aspects, if you go and jump into a relationship, I think sometimes that can um that can pour a lot of weight on a relationship. So I would say, me personally, where I am now, I'm okay. If the right person don't come along, I'm okay being by myself. I lot of time people don't talk about this. The more like you start to pour into yourself and just like focus on yourself, you show self love for yourself, and just like pay attention to yourself. Just make sure you're good. Make sure everything that you want in a relationship, you are giving that. You might not be able to give everything to yourself, but for the most part, what you will ask from your partner, that you are also able to give some of those stuff to yourself. I think if you start to do those stuff, you start to look at life a little differently. Oh, you just sometimes the longer you stay single, you start to get too comfortable with just enjoying your own time, if that makes sense. Yeah, comment down below if you have ever experienced that. Where are you now in your relationship goals? If you are accomplishing it, or if you think like you need to change stuff up, because sometimes it's not always a bad thing to ask your partner for stuff. But I think if you make sure you yourself are good, you wouldn't have to pay more attention to those stuff that you be like, isn't doing this for me. You'll be okay regardless. If you are not in a relationship at the moment, you'll be satisfied. Um, you want to like make sure all everything that you haven't accomplished, that you feel like you should focus more on, you are able to focus more on those stuff. You won't have to like be distracted by another individual who really doesn't want to be there 100%. In that way you can just pour into yourself and make sure you're good. And at the right time, if it's the right person though, you guys can make sure that both of you are okay. You won't have to like waste your time trying to chase somebody to make sure that they are, asking for all this stuff. Like, I want you to do that. I want you to do that. I would like more of this from you. You won't have to ask for this stuff. If it's the right person, it's going to come very easily. That's what I personally have observed. So I would like for you to try that. If you that person, you haven't really, if you always been in a relationship and maybe you feel like um that relationship hasn't worked, or most of the relationship hasn't worked, maybe try it out to see if you like it. Just like start to, also if you want your partner to take you out, buy you stuff, maybe try new stuff. Try to do those stuff by yourself. Like treat yourself and see if you start to like, you ain't gonna continue to like worry about, oh, I would like this person to do it. Even if you're in a relationship, you're gonna be okay doing some of those stuff that regardless if you're in a relationship or you ain't in a relationship, you're gonna be okay, or you're gonna be satisfied, just like living your best life. um Let me see. Let me make sure the volume is good. So yeah, from my perspective, I would say everything is going pretty great. Um, Everything is going pretty great. Can't complain. I think. Um, I have learned during the years not to just like um not to carry people loads all the time, always making sure that everybody's good. I think sometimes it's just good to make sure you are good, in that way you don't get burned out. Because if you just continue to carry everybody problems, make sure that they're good and stuff like that, just you're gonna get burned out. So I think it's very important you are taking some of those time just to, you know, make sure you are good. Because at the end of the day, the question that you have to ask yourself at the end of the day, um if you do burn out, or if you are not okay, I would say if you do get sick or something like that, or if you are burned out, exhausted, ask yourself, will somebody be there for me? So just always make sure you are good at the end of the day. It's not a bad thing to always help people. It's not bad, but sometimes let people figure things out for themselves. Don't always um be every little stuff you jump to everybody rescue. Every little stuff you jump to the rescue. Sometimes let other people figure stuff out for themselves. That's one thing I have learned. Because I think sometimes if you always jump into everybody rescue and making sure everybody's good, sometimes you leave for nothing. You're gonna you leave for nothing. Which I mean, uh, I'm not saying always do good for people because you want something in return, but always make sure that you are good at the end of the day, no matter what happens. Make sure you are okay. So, I think from my perspective, that's what I would say. Um, I'm not no shape or form here to tell you what to do with yourself. If you choose to be in a relationship, that's good. If you choose to be in a marriage with anybody who you are living with, like a roommate, that's good. It's up to you. Or if you just like in a relationship to see what things go, that's up to you. At the end of the day, whatever choice we decide to make for ourselves, um, excuse me, whatever choice we decide to make, we're gonna get a consequence. That could be good or bad. Okay. So I can't sit here and tell you, oh, if since you've been picking all these different partners, it's not working. I'm not here to tell you say just chill, get chill. Yeah, I'll be glad to tell you to chill and relax. Pay attention to yourself. Make sure you're good. Do you have anything in mind that you always wanted to work on and stuff like that? Pay attention to those stuff. Treat yourself. Make sure you're good. I would tell you that if as a good friend, right? But at the end of the day, if that's not what you want to do for yourself, I can talk from now to judgment day. Nothing is not going to change. So, um, that's all I'm going to say. So, um, yeah, I'd like to know what all the. I know sometimes people can um get drift. Is that a word rare? A little bit. I can't go by. You might have a plan, but sometimes you get a little bit distracted a little bit. So I just want to make sure if your relationship goals or your plans for this year is it going the way in which you envision it to be. What can you do differently? Is everything working out great? Are you making some changes to maybe last year relationship that wasn't working? Are you making some changes, or you still doing the same old stuff? Yeah, I'd like to know that. Um, Cause I think sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's always important. Yeah, nobody want to be lonely, but sometimes it's good to reevaluate the relationship, right? So, will you just want to be with somebody for the warm bed, or you want to be with somebody who have maybe like a similar value vision, something that you want for the long term, that yeah, I might have to wait for a little bit, but maybe this is not the right time. I'm going to wait until it's the right time. It's never a perfect time, but I always tell people it's never a perfect time, but also you don't always have to rush. You don't always have to rush. And don't make anybody make you feel bad like, oh, all your friends are married, all your friends are with kids, but why are you taking so long? I just feel like, you should let people think when it comes to a marriage or getting into a relationship, you can't do it because you want to please other people. You want to do it because that's what you want for yourself, right? Um, well, a lot of people out here marry, which marriage is not a bad thing. I always say marriage is not a bad thing if you are with the right person. You know, if you are with the right person, you guys going to have, you guys gonna be great. But if you are with a wrong person, sometimes it's it's like pulling teeth. Yeah. No matter what you do, if you are with the wrong person, no matter what you do, that person always going to find something. Um, they always going to find something negative, no matter what you do. So sometimes you might not have the the right partner that is 100% perfect, but at least be adhere to yourself. Don't just go with the flow, or don't just do it because your friends are doing it, or because your friends are in a relationship. Um, what am I looking? I need to grab a water for you. Yeah, comment down below what you guys think down below. I love to hear your inputs. Um, and if you was to change one thing, or if you did change anything, what was it for this relationship? Yeah. And at the end of the day, we go first, but you are sometimes with God first, you are in control of yourself. You can't let people to push you around just because you want to make other people happy. Sometimes you gotta make some tough decision that is worth it. Let me grab some water. I always keep water back there. It's hot today. Yeah, well, yeah, I think pretty much that's, something to look at. To look at. Yeah, this 2026, we ain't going with no flow. We ain't just going with the flow. We are, in this intentionally not going with the flow, or try to guess the relationship. If the moment you start to guess a relationship, just know that, uh, or you start to ask yourself about your partner, or guess it, you are probably with the wrong person. So to see, who are you, what are you guys. The moment you start to, you know, ask yourself the question, you probably with the wrong person. Because if you are with the right person, you wouldn't have to ask yourself, so who are we? And always asking for, yeah, I need to spend more time with me. And they keep giving you all these excuses. Oh, I'm busy. Yeah, everybody's busy. Trust me, everybody's busy. But if that person really want to be there, they're going to find time. If you hear the saying, say, if they wanted to, they will. Yeah, everybody's busy. But if you want to find time for something, you're going to find time. Uh, for a good example can be, yeah, we are all busy, right? Uh, we all have jobs. We all got bills to take care of. But at the end of the day, before the day, you're going to find something to eat, right? So, yeah, just like that. Don't let people continue to give you all these excuses that they are busy. That's why they can't find time for you guys to be together. They can't find time um, for you guys to do stuff together as couples uh, because they're busy. But if they want to see you, they find time, right? Yeah. So this 2026. Don't be listening to all that crap. Um. Yeah, I just want to chit chat with you guys tomorrow. I'll probably go live around the same time again. 'Cause I have to work a second shift. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna hang in here for maybe 5 minutes to give you guys a chance to let me know what's up. Then I will end the live. Then tomorrow we'll do it again. So yeah, I love to hear your opinion. Hmm. It's alright. Everything gonna be alright. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much topic for today. Today's a nice day. Uh, I say always know nothing lasts forever. Yeah, we're going to a relationship, especially if you do care about a person. We're going to a relationship. You know that person gonna be there with us throughout. But the sooner you know that nothing lasts forever, people do change and accept that, you're going to start to think very different. Yeah, people do change and that's okay. At any point, your partner start to change. It's not a bad thing. It might sound bad to you because you want you and them to be together forever, but the sooner you move on, if the person start to second guess everything, just chill out. It don't have to be anything like you have to have a whole blown argument and stuff like that. Always trying to beg somebody to treat you right. You deserve better. You shouldn't have to always beg anybody to treat you right. Um, but we also have some good people out there who, you know, put in the work, make sure the partner is good. But you shouldn't have to beg for anybody to treat you right. If they ain't treating you right, let them go. Shit. Yeah. So, um, it's about 3:18. I'm gonna let you guys go, but I'll go live tomorrow. Um, I think I'll try to go live. I would say maybe 3 o'clock or 2:30. Where I have at least 30 to 45 minutes with you guys. So always, like talking to you guys. I'm still, looking forward to hearing your input on today's discussion. Yeah, I want for all to be real out here. Keep it real and stuff like that. We ain't here to polish anything. It is what it is. Um, what meant to be gonna be. You don't have to. At the moment you start to have to beg for stuff like that, like for somebody to treat you right, or for somebody to, give you what is needed in the relationship. If you have to beg for that, you're probably in the wrong relationship. So with that deal, you deserve better. I deserve better. Everybody deserve better. If it's not the right person, let it go until the right thing come along. Until then, comment down below tomorrow topic you want for to discuss. If you have any question about today's topic, put it down below. If you have any important or a good advice for the audience, put it down below in the comment. Until then, you guys still blessed and stay strong, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.